Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's that time again when we look back over the past few weeks and sit down to talk about some of the best products from the month. April flew by. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the days and the weeks have all sort of melted together into just one giant blob of a month. I woke up this morning convinced that it was Wednesday. I tried to convince my husband it was Wednesday. Turns out it was Thursday. Had to do a quick calendar check. My sense of time is completely shot. But when I was looking back, at the videos from the month, I was able to pull some really great products. So I'm very excited to share today. I'm going to begin with an eyeshadow palette. It is the eyeshadow palette of the month. Even though this just arrived maybe a week ago, I haven't put it down since. It is the Bronze Seduction palette from Pat McGrath Labs. It is what I have on my eyes today. And it's what you've seen me wearing in my past few videos because I'm just having so much fun. You know when you get a new product and you try it out for the first time and you're like, okay, next. Kind of throw it back in the drawer and you forget about it. This has been a product that I'm like, ooh, I go to bed dreaming of what look am I gonna come up with tomorrow? I'm just so excited about eyeshadow again. And that probably has something to do with the fact that I've been pretty minimal with my eyeshadow lately, kind of stuck in a rut. This palette yanked me out of the rut and inspired me again. I'm just so impressed with the quality, the colors, the textures of these eyeshadows. I picked up my palette when it was on sale from the Pat McGrath Labs website. I actually was having so much fun playing around with these shadows that I quickly went back and I ordered a second palette before the sale ended, thank goodness. That hasn't shipped yet. I just got one of the quads, but I am so excited for it to arrive. I know this is available at Sephora, so any of you VIB Rouge members, I believe today is the very last day. I highly recommend the Bronze Seduction palette. It is so beautiful, 10 out of 10. It's a new favorite, but this is going to be tough to beat. And I just cannot put it down. I am going to put it down for now because I have a second palette that I want to talk about. This is from Chanel. This is the warm Le Beige Healthy Glow Natural eyeshadow palette. This came out earlier this month and it blew me away. I was not expecting to like this palette because I didn't have a great experience with the other Le Beige eyeshadow quints. These shadows are so beautiful and they're much more pigmented than the last Le Beige palette I had. This is the perfect wearable everyday eyeshadow palette. It's kind of polar opposite to this Bronze Seduction. This is special occasion, date night, any occasion that calls for glitter, whatever your lifestyle. This is wild drama, and then this is soft everyday. So they're very different, equally stunning, important, but they serve different purposes. You're not gonna pull this out for a wild night out on the town, whereas the Bronze Seduction would be perfect. But I'm not going to pull out Bronze Seduction on a daily basis, whereas this could be my one go-to eyeshadow palette, especially for spring, summer. I think these colors are so pretty. I love this shimmery shade right here. The rest of the shadows are kind of a luminous matte. They're not a hard, dusty, flat matte, but they're not shimmery. I also picked out the bronzer from the Summer of Glow collection from Chanel. I have the shade Sunset. There were two shades launched, Sand and Sunset, I believe. Sand is the lighter shade, Sunset is the darker shade. And it has this beautiful nautical rope design embossed on top. I think it's nearly identical, probably the exact same formula as the Luminous Le Beige powder, but I just ran out of my Luminous Le Beige bronzer, so it was kind of perfect timing. I'd been using shade Medium as a bronzer, but it was never dark enough. It worked out nicely for the winter months when I wasn't sunless tanning as much. I was more pale, so I used it all up, and now I'm glad that I was able to replace it with something darker. This beautiful sunset shade is really nice. I imagine this would be close to the medium deep. The deep is a little bit darker than this, but it's kind of this beautiful universal bronze. I would compare something like this to a Laguna from NARS. It's not going to work for absolutely everybody, but it's going to work for the majority of people. I'm also really happy with the new Le Beige Cream Bronzer. This is the one that replaced the old Soleil Tan de Chanel, which I know is so sad that they reformulated. I still cannot tell a huge difference between them. Yes, they are different. I like them both. And I've heard from a lot of people who agree, I put this protector in too tight. No, this is the worst. Ugh. This is honestly my worst nightmare when it comes to this product. The thing won't come out. I created a comparison video where I swatched both formulas on my arm. I demonstrated both formulas. I'll link it down below in case you're interested. You can check it out. I am not trying to convince anybody to like this product if they don't like the fact that it now contains coconut oil. Everybody is entitled to their own experience when it comes to makeup. I think both formulas are really great. And I also think both formulas aren't dark enough. So if that was a problem for you before, it's still going to be a problem for you now. I'm hoping that at some point, maybe down the road, they will expand the shade range, because the Soleil Tan de Chanel never made me incredibly bronze, and I guess I didn't realize just how light it was until I was comparing it with the beige, because I was just kind of layering both products on my face, thinking to myself, I'm layering both of these products and I'm not getting more bronze. If you prefer a darker bronzer or you need a darker bronzer, I would go with the Sunset powder bronzer from Chanel. This is going to give you more color than the cream bronzer. I have a third bronzer here, preparing you guys for summer. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Glow bronzer. It's a liquid in the shade Warmth. I also own Faux Tan, which I think is a little bit more cool toned. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to swatch it because I am slowly but surely getting through this little bottle. I love this. It is so versatile, and I was using it as a bronzer on top of my foundation. I would apply my foundation, concealer, go in with this and just kind of buff it on the face, and I thought, wow, it's so beautiful, so natural. But now I've discovered that my favorite way to use this bronzer is to mix it directly into my foundation. You can mix several pumps. I sunless tan my body. I never sunless tan my face. I know they make tanners for the face, but I just take my skincare way too seriously. I don't want to risk, irritating my skin or doing anything to mess it up. So I need a little bit more color. I have a pretty good range of foundation shades, but some of my favorite foundations are still not dark enough when I've sunless tanned a few times. So now I can just pump in a little bit of this liquid bronzer and it completely solves the problem. You do have to be careful if the foundation oxidizes, but I found that you can really customize, and as your tan fades, you can just use less and less. I want to say this bottle is maybe $24, so it's far more cost effective than purchasing foundations in different shades. If you have a winter shade or a summer shade, you can just buy one shade and then customize with your little bronzer drops. It's so easy. Another great thing about it is it has the slightest golden sheen, which just looks amazing. It almost mimics a liquid illuminator, which I regularly add to foundations. You can almost skip the liquid illuminator if you add your bronzer. I have a few more face products, and here's a new favorite. This is a recent discovery for me, and I am kicking myself that it took me so long to try it. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I picked this up in the shade Fair Beige. I am wearing this concealer today. I've tried it with setting powder, without setting powder. Both ways, it's just perfection. It just doesn't crease. I don't think it's heavy. I don't find it to be that drying, and I know that has been the one complaint that I've heard for some people is they say it's just too dry for them. I personally really like the finish. I love the coverage. I love the way it lasts. It looks so beautiful later on in the day. No signs of creasing. At this point, it rivals the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. I've just been picking up this one instead lately, which is kind of crazy. I got this on sale. It was half off. But even full price, I don't think it's that bad, and it is a huge tube. And then my new foundation brush. This is the Marc Jacobs Face 1. At the moment, I can only find this available online on marcjacobsbeauty.com, I think is the website, from them directly. Something I noticed on the website was that it only had like 2 or 3 stars. So of course I clicked because I thought, how could this be? And I saw there were maybe 5 or 6 reviews, and they were all pretty old, over a year. Some I think like 2 years old. But a couple people said they really love the brush, it's amazing. And then a few people said that they didn't like it because it shed everywhere. I can only guess that they changed the brush because I've been using this every single day. I used this for my favorite foundation video, and I applied 10 foundations in a row with this brush, cleaning it with a little makeup remover wipe. and I don't think it has shed a single hair. Not a one. This is hands down my favorite foundation brush at the moment. I'm going to do my best to keep it clean. I like it even better than the Phase 3, and I love the Phase 3. They're so similar. That one is a little bit more dense and it's a little bit shorter, and the reason why I like this one a little bit more is because I do like the longer, thinner handle. It just feels a little bit better in my hand. I feel like I can apply my foundation in seconds. It's just so fast and easy. The same as the Phase 3. That one is also very fast and easy, so I'll probably rotate between the two. The reason I was on the website is because I was looking for the Phase 2 brush, which I ended up purchasing from the Marc Jacobs Beauty website. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I hope these brushes aren't going away because they're truly amazing. I can't speak for that brush yet because it hasn't arrived. It did ship, but the Marc Jacobs Phase 1 and 3 blending brushes both are incredible for foundation. The last face product I have here is from Guerlain. It's the Terracotta Skin Highlighting Stick in the shade Gold. I know I've talked about this a little bit in a few videos, but I don't think I've talked about it enough. This is just the most beautiful cream highlight that you will ever see. I like to think of it as almost a skin perfector. It's the most natural looking highlight. It's hard to describe because yes, it gives your skin luminosity and glow and all of that, exactly what you would expect from a highlighter, but it doesn't look like other highlights. It looks like your skin is kind of luminous and glowy and you're just naturally dewy in a way that other highlighters just don't do. It has a light scent that just takes me to the beach. It is so nice. And it reminds me of beach makeup. You know, this would be perfect for a beach bag, beach weekend, you know, bronze goddess Guerlain makeup. It's really nice. It would be perfect for travel because it's so compact and easy to just throw around. I just kind of rub my finger right there on the tube and then just apply directly to the face. So you don't need a brush. And it just beams and it just glides on the skin. It doesn't accentuate texture. I like to apply a little bit on my chin. A few weeks ago now, I created an entire video dedicated to spring lipstick, so I didn't want to repeat all of the same choices, but I do have a couple lipsticks here that I want to talk about. This is Nude Nouveau. This is the Rouge Essential lipstick from Laura Mercier. I love this shade. It is just the most beautiful, soft, light pink. I know it's called Nude Nouveau, but it is more of a pink lipstick. I lined my lips today with the Beige Natural Lip Liner from Chanel, and I've topped it off with the Ibiza Nights lip gloss. So it's not incredibly flattering alone, but all you have to do is put any lipstick on and then use this on top, and it's amazing. It's actually really gorgeous. So this is my favorite lipstick topper on top of anything. And then this is one of my favorite current pink lipsticks. So pretty for spring. And I like the formula. These are nice and creamy. And it's the little things. I like the magnetic cap. Details, people, details. Like the little bite marks from Jazzy when she tried to destroy it. And of course, a late addition to the list, this Pat McGrath Labs lipstick. This is the Blitz Trance in the shade Full Fantasy 131. It's so pretty. A light peachy nude with gold shimmer. I think I've talked about this lipstick so much already. I've memorized the little description. I also picked up Naked Kiss because I wanted a second lipstick, maybe something a little bit deeper than this one. All of the shades are so beautiful. It's really difficult to narrow down a choice, but I'm excited. Hopefully that will arrive soon. I love this nude. One of my favorite nude lipsticks at the moment. I have one last makeup product to talk about. I can't believe I skipped this. It was an accident. I meant to talk about this with the eyeshadows. This is from Dior. It's their Liquid Mono Dior Show eyeshadow. This is the shade Copper Sparks 650. This came out during the holidays, but it is so insanely gorgeous. I've worn this so much this month. Anytime you saw me with a little light shimmer on the lid before I picked up the Bronze Seduction palette, it was this. Stunning. I was wearing this paired with the Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette for maybe the first half of the month. Just straight, non-stop. Such a beautiful combination. I love these eyeshadows and I love this copper shade. This is still available. Even though it came out for holiday, I can still find this online. In fact, during one of the sales, Nordstrom was offering 25% or 20%, and I think it was maybe one day only, so I quickly snatched up a second one. I never do that. Well, rarely do that. I don't like to pick up too many backups, even backups to favorite things, because I just have so much already. I really need to go through things before I acquire more of the same makeup. But I couldn't resist. I'm so convinced that I am going to go through this easily because I just love wearing it that now I have a fresh tube ready to go as soon as I do finish this one. It is the most stunning, very shimmery, beautiful liquid eyeshadow. Next are a few treats. I have a couple pieces here from Parfum de Marly. During the Nordstrom sale, I picked up this Delina hand cream. It was 25% off. I couldn't resist. I just wanted to treat myself. It was before all of the other sales. Now I've done way too much damage. I haven't stopped treating myself since. But no, this little Delina hand cream is just such a joy. It is so potent for this tiny little tube. I swear the first time I applied this hand cream, I was shocked. Hours later, after I had even showered, I could still smell Delina on my hands. That smell is heavenly. It is so soft and feminine. I love the Delina fragrance. So when I saw that hand cream, I just couldn't pass it up. And Parfum de Marly generously sent me this Delina hair perfume. Ugh, it is such a treat. Oop, there's the nozzle. So nice. I'm gonna go ahead. 2 sprays is really all you need, and it's such a light, fine mist. This is the only fragrance I own in a hair mist version, and now I'm completely addicted and I'm just looking up other hair mists because it is sort of fun to be able to spray something in your hair, and that way when you walk by someone, they just get like a light whiff of your fragrance. So beautiful. The very last April favorite I have here to talk about was also a gift. I purchased everything else, just not the Delina hairspray and this beautiful candle. This is from House of Sillage. They sent me their Blanc Mange candle. It's a vanilla scent that is so yummy and delicious, and I've been displaying this. I'm probably not going to light it. Never say never. At some point I will just break down and light this candle, but right now I'm just using it for display. It's so pretty. Just the all white, it looks really nice on the vanity. I have it sitting right next to my Delina hand cream, and it looks so elegant. It's very clean. I know this is going to be a very strong candle because I can still smell it. Whenever I'm sitting here at my vanity, I just get whiffs like I'm in a French bakery. It smells so nice. This is my favorite type of fragrance for a candle. I love vanilla, kind of soft, warm, bakery type of fragrances. And I have so many different scents. My husband really likes fresh citrus, so that's generally what I have to burn out in the kitchen, dining room area. But for my room, for my own personal space, I think this is so nice. It's really relaxing. And I want to say this retails for just $60, which is not a bad price point for a high quality candle. And a nice little home decor piece if you choose. Like I said, I'm just going to display mine. But I was looking at the website. They have the candle for $60. They have these blankets now. These cozy, soft blankets that are $77. But they have this cozy set right now, which is the candle and the blanket. And I think it's just $77. So it's a huge value, these two together. And they sent me the set, but then I got a second blanket and another package they sent. I like to wrap myself in a blanket so I'm nice, warm, and cozy. Even though it's incredibly hot outside, we keep it at a very cold temperature inside. So I'm always really freezing and I can't be uncomfortable whenever I'm filming, so I just wrap myself in a blanket. I'm actually wearing sweatpants as we speak. And the secret is I threw them in the dryer for like 5 minutes before I sat down. So I threw on my sweatpants and I wrapped myself in the warm blanket. And it just feels like heaven. So warm and toasty and cozy. Almost tempts me to light this candle, but I really just want to save it because it's so pretty. And that's it for this month's favorites. I'm still waiting on my By Terry package. I have a second Pat McGrath Labs package, Marc Jacobs package, my third Sephora package. So I have a feeling that May is also shaping up to be a really great month for new things. But hopefully you enjoyed this video and you saw something that interests you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, leave me your comments, questions down below. I want to hear from you guys. What have been your favorite products for the month of April? Drop me a comment, we'll keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned, everything today on my face down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.